Ever had a gut feeling that turned out to be spot on? What if those sudden instincts aren't just random, but are actually your body's incredibly sophisticated way of communicating with your brain? Latest scientific discoveries reveal that these powerful urges are rooted in a complex biological superhighway between your digestive system and your brain. Get ready to shatter misconceptions and understand the true power of your gut instincts. This isn't just about digestion. It's about a hidden intelligence that shapes our decisions and emotions. You'll never ignore your gut again after watching this. Ever had a gut feeling that turned out to be right? Maybe you hesitated before taking a shortcut and later found out there had been an accident. Or perhaps you just knew someone couldn't be trusted, only to discover later that your instincts were spot on. We've all had those moments where the body seems to whisper something the brain hasn't yet figured out. But what if these sudden instincts aren't random at all? What if they're actually your body's incredibly sophisticated way of communicating with your brain? Today, we're diving deep into the science behind your gut feelings. And by the end, you'll understand why you should never underestimate the quiet intelligence living inside you. For centuries, people thought of gut feelings as mystical, unexplainable hunches, something more spiritual than scientific. But in recent decades, science has revealed that these feelings aren't magic, they're biology. Your gut and your brain are in constant communication through what researchers call the gut-brain axis, a vast biological superhighway made up of nerves, chemicals, and microorganisms that transmit signals back and forth every second of the day. This isn't just about digestion. It's about how your inner world shapes your decisions, emotions, and even your mental health. The heart of this connection is the vagus nerve, one of the longest and most important nerves in your body. It stretches from your brainstem all the way down to your abdomen, creating a direct communication channel between your gut and your brain. In fact, more than 80% of the signals traveling along the vagus nerve go from the gut to the brain, not the other way around. That means your gut is constantly sending updates about your body's state, influencing your mood, alertness, and even how safe or threatened you feel. When you get that pit in your stomach before a big presentation or a wave of calm after a comforting meal, that's your gut talking directly to your brain. But the vagus nerve isn't working alone. Your gut is home to an entire community of trillions of microorganisms, collectively called the gut microbiome. These bacteria don't just help break down food. They produce neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine that play key roles in mood and decision-making. In fact, around 90% of the body's serotonin is produced in the gut. So, when you say you feel something in your gut, you're not being poetic. You're describing a real biological process. The bacteria in your digestive system are directly shaping the chemicals that influence your mind. This gut-brain communication explains why stress can give you stomach problems or why anxiety can make you feel nauseous. It also explains why you might crave certain foods when you're sad, or why eating a balanced diet can improve your mood. It's not just your brain influencing your body, it's your gut influencing your brain. That's why scientists sometimes refer to the gut as the body's second brain. But what about those mysterious gut instincts? How does the gut help us make decisions before the logical brain catches up? Part of the answer lies in how fast the gut processes signals. Your gut is packed with a network of neurons called the enteric nervous system, which is so extensive and independent that it can function without input from a brain. When you sense danger, your body doesn't always wait for your conscious brain to analyze every detail. Instead, it uses rapid gut signals, changes in hormones, shifts in microbiome activity, muscle tension in the stomach, to alert you instantly that something feels off. These subtle cues add up to what we call a gut feeling. It's your body's way of saying, I've seen patterns like this before. Be careful. Evolution also plays a role here. For our ancestors, survival often depended on quick decisions, whether to run, fight, or trust. Waiting too long to logically process every piece of information could mean the difference between life and death. Gut feelings evolved as a fast, efficient system for interpreting environmental cues and guiding behavior. Even today, in a modern world far removed from the dangers of the wild, we still rely on this ancient system to navigate complex social interactions and uncertain situations. That what's fascinating is that gut instincts often outperform logical reasoning in certain contexts. Studies show that when people are asked to make quick decisions under pressure, they often do better when they trust their gut than when they overthink. For example, experienced firefighters or athletes rely heavily on gut instincts developed through years of training. Their bodies recognize patterns too complex to consciously explain, and the gut communicates those insights to the brain as a feeling. It's not superstition, it's expertise stored in the body. But that doesn't mean gut feelings are always right. They can be influenced by bias, stress, or even what you've recently eaten. For instance, poor gut health can alter the signals being sent to your brain, sometimes amplifying anxiety or making you feel uncertain when there's no real danger. That's why scientists emphasize the importance of nurturing a healthy gut microbiome through diet, sleep, and exercise. A healthy gut isn't just good for digestion. It helps sharpen your instincts and stabilize your emotions. The link between gut health and mental health is one of the most exciting areas of research right now. Conditions like depression, anxiety, and even neurodegenerative diseases are increasingly being studied through the lens of the gut-brain connection. Some researchers are exploring whether probiotics and dietary changes can help treat mental health issues by restoring balance to the gut microbiome. Early findings suggest that by improving gut health, we may actually be able to improve brain function and emotional resilience. So how can you tap into the power of your gut feelings in everyday life? First, listen to your body. Pay attention to those subtle sensations, the butterflies in your stomach, the sudden tension in your gut, or the calm ease you feel in certain environments. Instead of dismissing them, treat them as valuable signals. Second, support your gut health. Eat fiber-rich foods, include fermented foods like yogurt or kimchi, stay hydrated, and manage stress through activities like mindfulness or deep breathing, which also stimulate the vagus nerve. A healthier gut means clearer communication with your brain. And finally, balance gut instincts with logical reasoning. Use your gut feelings as guides, but also cross-check them with facts and reflection when possible. Imagine how empowering it would be to live in sync with this hidden intelligence, to know that your body and brain are constantly working together, decoding complex situations and steering you in the right direction. Gut feelings are not just quirks of the human experience. They're a biological reminder that wisdom doesn't come only from thought, but also from the deep, intricate systems running silently within you. So the next time you get that uneasy sensation in your stomach or that sudden spark of certainty, remember, it's not just in your head, it's in your gut. And the more you understand and nurture this powerful connection, the better you'll be at decoding the subtle signals that shape your choices, your emotions, and your life. Trust your gut. It knows more than you think.
If you find this video informative, please hit the like button, subscribe this channel, and feel free to share your comments.